Welcome to SRMV News. Severodonetsk. Battle for the Donbas. It's the last significant city in the eastern Luhansk Oblast where the Ukrainian powers actually have some presence. The Russians have previously assumed control over the greater part of the city, including its neighborhoods, while battling has been seething in its modern western half for a really long time. The Ukrainian administration has said they are losing up to 200 troopers consistently. Be that as it may, notwithstanding the difficulties, the Ukrainians keep on guarding Severodonetsk, the deficiency of which, as indicated by President Volodymyr Zelensky, would decide the destiny of Ukraine's east. Severodonetsk, a city with a pre-war populace of more than 120,000, has been a point of convergence of the Russia-Ukraine struggle starting around 2014. After the support of Russia separatists in Ukraine's east waged war in 2014, Ukraine momentarily failed to keep a grip on the city. Savagery broke out in the east after Ukraine's chosen government imploded directly following the West upheld Euromaidan fights. Russia immediately added Crimea through a mandate and tossed its weight behind the separatists in Luhansk and Donetsk oblasts, which together make the greater part Russian-speaking Donbas district. After the underlying difficulties, Ukrainian powers, lined up with so-called extreme-right patriots, pulled together and recovered a few urban communities, including Mariupol and Severodonetsk. From that point onward, Severodonetsk has stayed the capital of the Ukraine-controlled pieces of Luhansk Oblast. While Luhansk City, the most crowded city in the area, has been with the separatists. Since the conflict started on February 24, Russian soldiers have been gradually yet consistently pushing the bleeding edges in Luhansk and Donetsk. Last month, the Russians assumed full command over Mariupol, quite possibly of the greatest modern city in the Donbas that sits on the Sea of Azov coast, and afterward began focusing their capability on Severodonetsk and its sister city Lysychansk, which are separated by the Donets waterway. The advanced city of Severodonetsk was established during the 1930s after the Soviets fabricated the Lysychansk nitrogen fertilizer plant across the waterway. The modern movement prompted the ascent of another settlement on the two sides of the Donets Valley. During the Second World War, as most different urban areas in Ukraine, the German Nazis took the settlement, which was then called Lysychansk, and the modern complex. The Soviet Red Army freed the city on February 1, 1943. After 7 years, as Lysychansk was ascending as a focal point of Ukraine's compound industry, it was renamed as Severodonetsk, after the Donets stream that cuts across Ukraine's east. Before the Russian intrusion, Severodonetsk represented some 22% of the modern result of Luhansk. It's additionally home to Azot Corporation, perhaps of the biggest compound plant in Europe. On February 24, Russia opened numerous fronts going after Ukraine from the north, east and south, while its soldiers confronted wild Ukrainian opposition in the north, compelling Moscow to pull back. Powers from around Kyiv and Kharkiv, they made gains in the south and east. Lately, Russian soldiers' fundamental conflict exertion has been in the Donbas, the freedom of which is an unrestricted need, as expressed by Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. This implies, Russia needs to assume full command over Luhansk and Donetsk. Also, for this, the catch of Severodonetsk is vital. On the off chance that they catch Severodonetsk, the Russians can move towards Lysychansk and further towards the regions in Donetsk that are as yet protected by Ukrainian powers. Moreover, Russia, which has proactively assumed control over the Azovstal steel mill of Mariupol and controls key ports on the Black Sea/Azov Sea drifts like Berdyansk, Mariupol, and Kherson, would have the option to stifle Ukraine's economy further on the off chance that it takes Severodonetsk and Lysychansk. Lately, Russia has beat the two urban areas with its overwhelming gunnery discharge. On the opposite side, for Ukraine, after the fall of Mariupol, Severodonetsk has turned into an image of obstruction. Ukraine's best expectation is to make Russia's benefits costlier and dial back its advances, on the off chance that not turning around them. The U.S. has previously reported that it would send long-range rockets, multiple launch rocket systems and high-mobility artillery rocket systems, to Ukrainian powers, which Kyiv expectations would assist with reinforcing its safeguard of the last standing urban communities in the east. Thanks for watching.